Welcome to the World Karate Federation's The Decade's Best, Series 3, Chapter 4, and a chance to look back at the Senior World Championships in Bremen, Germany in 2014. Today's program focuses on the male minus 75 kilogram category between Ryuichi Tani of Japan and Luigi Busa of Italy. And to help bring that action back to life, we have two former world champions, Davide Benatello, chairman of the WKF Athletes Commission. Welcome, Davide.
Hi,
and
Billy.
Wayne Otto, OBE, multiple world champion, legend of Kumite from England. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Billy. Thank you.
So the first thing we need to get into is this action between the fantastic Luigi Busa. He came into this final. It was the third consecutive final. He was the world champion at the time. And he's up against Ryuichi Tani with a very limited track record at this point. So if I could come to you first of all, Wayne, and ask, as a former world champion in the same category, minus 75, how do you feel that the main differences may have changed from the way you were fighting back then and the way that the world champions are compared to as we see now?
There does seem to be a difference now when you look at the style from when I was fighting to what is now. I think the main difference that you will notice now is that the speed of the athletes is much more explosive probably than when I was competing. I don't think that we were not fast or not explosive when I was fighting, but I think there is much more emphasis on this now. Also, the other thing is, back in my day, I think a lot of the time when we tried to, I suppose, intimidate our opponents and stuff like that, we tried to do it with a bit more brute force and strength, whereas now that doesn't seem to be the case. And of course, I think when I was fighting back in my day, it was a little bit more forgiving. There's a lot more tactics now, and if you make an early mistake, it can be quite costly. Whereas in my day, it was probably safe to say that you could pull something back in the last minute. So those are the differences that I would definitely say are more prevalent.
Okay, that's brilliant, Wayne. Thank you very much. Luigi Busa, Davide, a fantastic fighter for Italy. He has been down the ages, and he continues to be a superstar for Italy. What do you think is the secret to his efficiency as a competitor on the tatami?
Oh, Billy, simple. First, let me say hello to a legend. For me, is a real legend, Wayne. Wayne, for me, is an honor to comment this bout with you. And
it's an honor for me too, David.
Thank you for being a great champion. And Luigi is a professional. He is, he works for karate. He's in a military group in Italy, so he has only to train, and he trains very good. And he's always on tatami, and the training is so hard. That's why Luigi, in the last 10 years, is always on the top.
Well, yeah, he certainly is, and a superstar he's becoming, and he's been in so many finals, and he's been a double world champion, and he's also World Cup champion, and what a great athlete he is. 2-0 he leads at the moment in this particular bout. Ryuichi Tani is not fazed by this. He's continuing his game plan. He's hunting him down as we go through this. Now, both of you Davide, and also Wayne, you're both the best competitors of your time. But in your opinions, what were the most gratifying aspects of being on the top of the tree, so to speak, as world champions in the elite?
I need David to answer this one first.
No, Wayne, this is for you, for sure. You are a multiple world champion.
I get asked this question a lot of times, and it's something that I never actually really thought about until after I finished competing. For me, the whole thrill of everything was just about being able to compete and compete at my best and trying to be better the next time. Everything was always about trying to continually be better than the next time. So I never ever thought so much about what it's like being at the top of the tree. You probably hear that statement a lot from other people more than you thinking it yourself. But having said all that, it's always great winning a major championship because for world championships this is 2 years preparation. For European, it's 1 year preparation. So yeah, it's gratifying to know that the work that you did towards that championship has worked out and was correct. But it's not something that I think about all the time. No.
Fantastic.
Nothing to add.
Oh.
I totally agree with Wayne. Totally.
But as a former world champion, Davide, and now as chairman of the Athletes Commission, what are your tips for up-and-coming karatekas who want to succeed at the very highest level?
Look, we are facing a very, very, very important period in our history, the first Olympic Games in Tokyo, and all the athletes are very concentrated. And we see in the last Premier League in Istanbul, after 1 year of inactivity, the athletes were ready to compete as before. So to be concentrated in how do you want to be remembered? This is something that I think many times, and they want to be remembered as Olympic champion. That's why they are the athletes in this period are really top athletes.
And now as they come out of the lockdown that's being forced upon them with the pandemic the other day, what is the workload looking like, and how are the athletes being able to prepare for the Olympics this coming July and August?
Oh, we have now the very important Premier League in Portugal, in Lisbon, in 1 month exactly from today, and it's the last qualification tournament for the worldwide. After we will have the European, that is the last point for the European competitor. And after there is the qualification event in Paris in the mid of June. That's qualified 3 athletes directly for the Olympics. And after Tokyo 2020 +1. And so it's an amazing moment for all of us, something that we dream, and we are ready. We are ready for the Olympic.
Well, that's brilliant, and I think it's going to be an amazing event for karate. As we see here, just 3 seconds left on the clock, and it's 3-3. Ryuichi Tani has just taken another Yuko, and obviously there's the video review challenge from the coach, but that's going to be a key part of the Olympics, I think, is the coach's input here. And as coach, with Wayne, not only have you been a multiple world champion, but you've also produced an Olympic champion, a junior, a youth Olympic champion in Buenos Aires. So what are your expectations going into the preparations for the Olympics?
Well, I expect everyone will be working probably to their maximum in going into this preparation period. As David said before, we literally only have, it's 2 months, and for us, I've never experienced a period like this in my life before, and I don't think anyone else will, in this period will. So it's very much everything, all go, all systems go. Everything, you pull out all the stops, any little advantages you can see or any opportunities that you can see, maybe to have a training camp here, a training camp there, maybe to get some fights in here. Remember, we haven't fought in 1 year, and as David has said, if you look back to the athletes in Turkey, it looked like they never missed a step. So, everybody has been working. Nobody has taken the foot off the pedal. And this last push going into the last 2 months, but the coaches are having to be creative. We're having to exploit all our contacts. all of the friendships and meetings that we've made all over the years with all the other coaches, all of the other athletes and stuff like that. Things like this, you know, lives with you forever. So there's not only that part of it, but, you know, that is the main thing that is going through everybody's mind, this last push and just making sure that we're in the best possible position.
Well, it's just brilliant to see everybody back on the international tatami and with the Premier League in Istanbul having been come and gone now, and the standard was wonderful, no doubt about that. We've got Lisbon coming up, as Davide said. We've got the European Championships, we've got the Olympic qualifier still to come, so plenty of karate to get ready for the Olympics. We've come to the end of the program, I'm afraid, so I'd like to say thank you to you wonderful world champions, Davide Benatello and Wayne Otto, OBE. Thank you everybody for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.